Okay, we'll move on. Communications, the next piece. I don't think we have any speakers.
I don't think so.
So then we will continue forward with superintendent's recommendations and reports.
Yes, thank you. At this time, I would like to ask Mrs. Hauer to cover the items listed under Personnel Professional and Personnel Support.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Mr. Begley and members of the board, I have several items for your consideration this evening under Personnel Professional. Number 1, resignation, letter A, and number 2, employment, letters A through E. That concludes all the items I have for your consideration under Personnel Professional.
Thank you, Mrs. Hauer. I will entertain a motion to accept these recommendations.
Second.
Ms. Birding, Mrs. Shorter, Mrs. Lang, call the roll.
Ms. Birding?
Yes.
Mrs. Shorter?
Yes.
Mrs. Gundrum?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Begley?
Yes.
Mr. Begley and members of the board, I have several items for your consideration this evening under Personnel Support. Number 1, resignations, letters A through F. Number 2, unpaid leaves of absence, letters A and B. And number 3, employment, letters A through E. And that concludes all the items I have for your consideration under Personnel Support.
Thank you, Mrs. Hauer. I'll entertain a motion to accept these recommendations.
So moved. Second.
Mrs. Shorter, Mrs. Gundrum, Mrs. Lang, call the roll.
Mrs. Shorter?
Yes.
Mrs. Gundrum?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Begley?
Yes.
Ms. Birding?
Yes.